The number one mistake beginners make with tomatoes is starting too early. I know that sounds weird. You will think earlier is better, more time to grow, right? I did that my first year. I started in January and ended up with tall, floppy, exhausted plants that were useless by the time it was warm enough to go outside. And the opposite is just as bad. Last year I started way too late, around July, so I got tomatoes really late in the season. A real shame. These seeds are going in the soil today, but timing is everything, and I will show you exactly why. So let me show you exactly when to start and why. Everything comes down to one date, your last frost date. The last night in spring where temperatures could drop below freezing. Once you know that date, count backwards 6 to 8 weeks. That's your window. For example, for Paris, last frost date is around May 10th to 15th. So ideal seed starting is late March to early April. And it's the same for most of England. In the US, it varies a lot by region. But just Google your city name and last frost date. It will take you 10 seconds, but it's the most useful thing you will know as a gardener. And here is why starting too early actually hurts you. Tomatoes grow fast indoors. And if you start in January for a May transplant and you've got 16 weeks inside, your tomatoes will be massive, stressed, and probably rot-bound by the time it's warm enough outside. A smaller, younger plant started at the right time will outperform that every single time because it adapts faster, it roots better, and it bounces back quicker from transplant shock. And if you are in doubt between starting now or waiting 2 more weeks, it's better to wait. Now I have to be honest, I'm starting during the last week of February, which is 11 weeks before my last frost. So it's more than the 6 to 8 weeks I just told you. But here is why, I only have one seed starting box. My second box is full of kale and lettuce I started earlier, and it won't be free until late March. So I'm starting tomatoes now, and around mid-March, when they are big enough, I will move them to individual pots under the grow light. That frees the box for other vegetables which need to go in mid-March. It's a constraint, not a choice. If I had more space, I would wait until early March. But work with what you have. Also, here are a few things worth knowing. Heat before light. Before the seed sprouts, it needs warmth, not light. 20 to 25 degrees near a radiator works fine. And the moment you see the first sprout, move it under your light immediately. Cherry tomatoes are slightly faster. Same timing works, just good to know if you are growing both. Also, I recommend you to label everything before you plant. Once compost is in, every pot looks identical. You can use strips cut from plastic food containers and a pencil. Not a pen, not a marker, a pencil is best because it doesn't smear when it gets wet. So remember, later is always better than earlier. A 6-week plant is easier to manage than a 12-week one that's been stuck inside too long. So that's it. Last frost date, count back 6 to 8 weeks. That's your window. In the next video, I'm showing you the full planting process. Every step, every tip. Drop a comment and tell me where you are gardening. I'm always curious about the timing differences. See you in the next one.